Good afternoon YouTube friends, my name's Jackie and welcome back to the channel. Today I thought I'd do a video of the top 12 things that I really wouldn't like to do without on the homestead. My first one is the generator, the big generator. Now this generator can run 2 fridges and we have had times where we've been about 5 days without electricity, and that comes with living rural. Well, not necessarily, but because we're rural we do get more power cuts, and we found it to be, you know, a good investment. Now, number 2 is good for power cuts again, or travelling as well if you're going out and about in the car. But we found this amazing, and this is the Jackery. This is only the small one, but it has 2 USBs, a main plug, and so it's ideal, you know, to charge your phone and your laptops and all that sort of thing, and USB light, so you've got light in a power cut as well. So that's my number 2. My number 3 tool that I wouldn't be without is one of these, Pickaxe. Now I do use this a lot. I use it for weeding, for digging holes, to put posts in and stuff like that. And our ground is very stony here in Ireland, that is the landscape. So yeah, I've already lost one of these on the homestead. This is a new one I got, but I definitely wouldn't be without one of these. It's great for everything. You know, I found it really useful for lifting big stones out of the mud and all sorts. So yeah, that's another one of my go-to tools. Now my number 4 tool would be the battery drill. This is really useful outside when you're creating little things like arches, or, you know, little frames and stuff like that. I wouldn't be without that in my homestead. It's a great little addition to have. Now number 5 would be a screwdriver. Now I've bought loads of screwdrivers before, you know, sort of the cheaper versions with the batteries, and I decided to invest in a much better one which lasts a lot longer and is really useful, and that is the Milwaukee screwdriver, and that lasts for a long time. It's really strong, and you know, sometimes in fact if you have the torque too tight it'll take your wrist off. But yeah, it's brilliant. I love that. That's actually my favourite little tool, and I wouldn't be without that for sure. Of course everyone needs these, but these are Secateurs. I wouldn't be without those. They are really handy. We have a lot of rose bushes that overgrow the front out there, and good for your shrubs and roses. So I definitely wouldn't be without a set of these. I mean, these vary in price, don't they? You can get a really good set or the cheaper sets, but yeah, definitely a good one for your homestead. Now this is another little tool I love, and God knows how many I've lost, but the little trowel. Now this is a really strong trowel, and it has the measurements, the depth on the inside, and a little hole at the end there, which today prompted me to order some of these, because I don't want to keep losing them. They're my favourites. So yeah, I'm going to get this, and I'm going to attach it to any tools that I love like that. I can put it through that little hole at the top there, and I'll always be able to find it. Another thing I wouldn't want to be without, it's not essential actually, but it's something that I love to have, and it is the sieve. I pop a little clip in, and these are great. I mean, I got this from online. I had to wait a while for it to come, but yeah, I mean, it's got a little bit of stuff caught around in it now, but yeah, that bit goes in there and you twist it round and it sieves your soil. As you can imagine, it's a lot quicker than using a hand one, but at the same time does take a little bit of time, but I'm prepared to do that to get the best soil. This is the result of using that. It's absolutely amazing, you know. Look at it. Now this next one is a homemade job that I did, but spades and forks and stuff like that I find heavy I have got arthritis in my shoulders and hands and all sorts, but I put this together and I find it really, really useful, and it might help some of you out there. I'll just show you if I can get it in the picture. Now that is like a coal shovel, the little attachment there, and I've put it on just a normal pole. So I found it really lightweight to use in the garden, and it's got a long reach, and the most important thing for me with this, that it's very lightweight, so I can use that in my compost, you know, getting the compost out and stuff like that, using it to get things out of the wheelbarrow. So yeah, it's a great little thing. Next tool I wouldn't be without is one of these. It's a battery mini chainsaw. Now this is perfect. In fact, today I was doing trimming some branches off the fruit tree, and it was really handy. It comes with a couple of batteries and a couple of spare chains, pair of gloves and eye shields. So yeah, I love this tool. It's just great, really great. A lot of tools and things now are going more towards battery, aren't they? Because of this new petrol, apparently it rots the bottom of machinery. So I've decided I would invest in a proper chainsaw, and so we got the steel battery chainsaw, and it's brilliant. The batteries last such a long time. I mean, I reckon you could do a couple of big trees on one battery easily. Yeah, so definitely, I know the batteries are quite expensive on their own. I've just got one spare battery, but definitely a good investment if you have, you know, a fair bit of land and trees, which we have. And yeah, so a good investment is a steel battery chainsaw. Another thing I wouldn't be without on Homestead is the sack trolley. Now it's brilliant, you know, for bringing your compost round. You know, there's so many uses for it. I've brought tables from round the back to the front, benches, you know, and there's lots of varieties of trolleys. There's some cheaper type of ones, but they're not as good. They've got thinner wheels and they're not really good at all, but these ones are really good, and I wouldn't be without that on my homestead. The final one for me, I can do without it, but I do love it, and I do take it around with me outside, is my little Samsung tablet. It has a SIM card in it, this one, so I can take that round, and I can, you know, I can put a YouTube on and garden while I'm listening to that, listen to, you know, anything on it really, and I won't lose the signal because I've got the SIM card in, whereas sometimes you can't pick up the internet from the garden. So yeah, I listen to podcasts and all sorts on that, so that is kind of like my thing that, you know, I do love. I listen to audio books as well, so yeah, that's another little thing. I actually love it as well because it's company, it's good company for you. You know, I know I can be out there for hours and hours, and yeah, it's good to listen to something while you're pottering away. Anyway, I do hope you enjoyed that video. That's the things that I wouldn't do without on my homestead. I know I could do without a couple of them, but they're the things that I love to have. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks everyone for watching, and Happy New Year. Bye.